Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So today guys, we are going to hop into the Infinite Archive, and in that place we're going to try and farm some sets that are really good for Templar in particular. And I've been trying to do this off stream for probably the past week and a half now, and it just takes so long. So we're going to dedicate this one to just showcase kind of the Infinite Archive, the build I use in there if people are curious, and just really kind of why the set's really good. And hopefully we get what we need. In the background at the moment it's just some raw gameplay from my heavy attack hero build, which is on the channel. If you're interested in that, it's there. It's quite a fun build. But we're going to hop into the archive and just really try and focus on getting the set. As always, if you like my videos, likes, comments, subscribing really helps out. And the set in question, for those people who are curious, we are looking in the Infinite Archive, and we are after the Templar set. Now, the set I'm after is the Aetheric Lance set, and I've been doing this for ages. Anybody who's done the archive knows that a run is like 2 or 3 pieces, and you can see how many runs I have done. It takes a very long time, and you do get duplicates, but we are really after a lightning staff of this set. So that is what we're going to do. I'll talk about why this is so good. And this is going to be used on my Oakensoul build coming out, which I've done the test and I've been on PTS. I've used it. It's a very cool set for what it does. It's just quite a pig to farm, a bit like Pyreband. It's very good. It's just very difficult to get. So that's what we're going to do in this one here, and I'll show you kind of what I'm using. Hey, Richie says first. You're right, mate. For the build, I'm on this one here. This is just a thrown together PvE build. It's basically stacking as much health as we can. So we've got our 35k health, and we're using Pale Order to keep alive. We use Serpent's Disdain to just really abuse the focus efforts that you get. It just gives you really crazy damage with the status effects. Heartland Conqueror just to increase our status effect chance a bit more. And then the Vate Eye Staff and the Bat Bar. And yeah, this is a mix of obviously Templar, Necro and Arcanist to try and get access to like loads of different status effects plus Beam in those early rounds. So, this will get you through solo very comfortably, very easily. And, you get to like Arc 3 or 4 quite easy without any good buffs. But if you get them, you can go like way deeper. So that's what we're doing here. And when you get into the archive, you want to really focus on just picking up all the quests. It's like easily missed. But there's more items and more stuff. How are people doing tonight anyway? I know it's a bit of a different stream, but it's something I do need to get done. But yeah, how are people doing with it? People like an ESO at the moment. It's been a bit of issues on the server, like EU wise. Yeah, so we're inside. We're gonna just buff up. The rotation is really simple for this. It's and then that. And later on we swap one out of these buffs. So get some crocs going. Go for a beam. Beam. And this just does like the bulk of the damage early on. And we'll move on up to the next group. And we've got a little banner going to just increase our damage a bit further. Yeah, so the idea of this build is it's not like really high DPS early on. It's built for survival. So if you get the Marauder come, you can kill him by yourself and not die, which is great because that has happened a few times and it's not that fun when when you get to that. So yeah, if people are curious, the set we're using, I'll show you in a second what we're trying to get. And I just need a lightning staff. That's literally all I need. I've got pretty much everything else I need. I'm just going to turn that accessibility thing off. That's really annoying. Anybody unaware, there's a like pull on the beam. Where is it? That one. Really annoying that is. Yeah, so people curious, if you just joined, we are after a specific set, and I'll explain why it's good, okay? Because I appreciate the title's a bit clickbaity. We're actually after the Templar set. It's called Aetheric Lancer, and basically it's the only way to describe it is it's no arcana. It is silvers in a set. So when you deal damage with Burning Light, so that's, I think I got this on the skill line actually, I might not. But Burning Light is the Aetheric Spear skill line, and it's down here. Burning Light procs on any damage you do. If you use jabs, you'll proc this very quickly, like within 1.5–2 seconds. I've been testing it loads. And when you proc that, what happens is you basically shoot out this additional spear. Now this spear, for context, when it's on my Oakensoul build, it has an 11,000 tooltip. And it also gives you 300 weapon and spell damage. Null Arcana was 10,400 roughly, so this hits harder than Null Arcana, harder than Silver's. But what's crazy is that this is an AoE. So this is Silver's, but as an AoE. So if you use your Templar sweep, you can hit 7–8 targets with this one set. It is stupidly fun, and it's why we're trying to get it, because it's very, very cool. So yeah, that's why I'm after this set, like, desperately. If anybody is on PCEU and you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to jump into the run, by the way. I'm just literally farming sets. I might hop into PvP as well. And, you know, if you get any questions about PvP or about builds and stuff, do like put in the chat. I'll do the best to answer. Yeah, that's way easier with that aim off. Oh, they interrupted me. I literally have my shield up. So annoying when that happens. Yeah, so the idea is we're going to try and get that set. If you've not done the Infinite Archive, there's two really good sets to get from here, guys. One is the Pyre Band from DK. It's fantastic. Like, super, super good. And then the other one is obviously this Templar set I'm after. The Warden has a pretty decent one. And it's worth like looking at getting. And if people are curious like why the DPS is low on this is basically a tank damage build. So it's designed to like keep alive long in here and just like no brain it. So you'll find like the damage creeps up because of the effects you get, like focus efforts. I did push my ult, it didn't fire for some reason. Okay, he is dead. Let me recharge my weapon. For this build that we're doing in here, this is, as I said, a build focused on just getting you deep in here. So if you are curious of that, that's what we're using. You can obviously use the Warden with this as well, but it's just get loads of status effects basically. Please be good. Oh, no, it's not. This is not bad. This is decent. That's okay. That's okay. So Frost, we're going to go for this one. More pen is always good. But we're after focused efforts. As soon as you get that, the build like becomes online, because you really take advantage of Serpent's Disdain. Just beam these to death. But you know, how are people doing tonight? It's obviously a very different stream. Slice all those. But I've been doing the with, I think it's Wrathful Withering Well, whatever it's called, that wall. You know, the wall that they're trying to like get everybody to do. I've found that quite dull. I'm not gonna lie. It's a cool idea, but it's just very, very repetitive. So I don't know if anybody's got the house yet that you know, but I have not got that, and I've kind of given up trying to get it. Yeah, so we'll hop into the little wing. Ah, this one's always a joy. I always forget which button's which on this. That's my speed one. Okay, there's one over them. Why is the little like scan where they are? So there's one over this way. And we'll try and get as many as we can. This is one of the harder ones to do, this one, of all the mini games in here. It is over there. So we're going to try and get him. Oh, that was close. Look, there's so many of them. Look how many there are. You spent ages trying to get these. That is dead. You literally get like one life if you get hit. Oh no, this is not good. Because like you have so little room for error. That if you do make a mistake, you do die very quickly. Ah, no. Oh, damn it. So we'll go back and we'll try and get them. It's just this last one here, I believe. There we go, we did it. Yeah, that one's really annoying to do. Like, really, really annoying. But yeah, we've got a thing for a crafting station. Whoop whoop. If you haven't got Talk of the Last Eyelid King, these are like the things you have to do. That's a mythic item from here, which is really, really cool. I'll show it down here. Bear with me 1 second. No, I've gone the wrong way. There it is. It's basically like a build and a set. It's really cool. Only way to get it is to do these little mini games, kill the goblins. That's pretty tedious, but nothing good there. And then we'll just keep going in, and I'm trying to get that set. The Aetheric Lance one. Beam, beam, beam. Okay, he's almost dead. Did it? Shane, he said that mythic took me nearly a week. It was pain. Oh, I think I spent about 25 hours doing it. And it's probably a week and a half. So, it's, I know your pain. It's such a good mythic, though. Like, it's really, really good. I find that these little, like, visions, I just normally just pick the first one. You don't need to rush for it. But very, very good thing anyway. I got my hemorrhage going on him. Beam, beam, beam. Yeah, so the DPS on this build comes online as soon as we get the status thing. You can see all the status effects on him. I just could keep the hemorrhage 3 up because there's some damage. What do you think of it, Shane? The Talk mythic. Bash, 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 bash. Okay, we've done this one. Hopefully we'll get the vision we need. As soon as we get the vision we need, like the buff. Not got that one, take that. Come on, come on. Oh, no. Okay, single target damage effects last longer. That doesn't really make any difference for us. You dodge attacks. Max stamina. Get a bit more stamina, I guess. Not going to hurt. I find if you get to like Arc 2, where you've done the glass people twice, and you haven't got like the focus efforts, you're better just restarting. Go for a cheeky beam. Yeah, so the plan for tonight is literally farming that mythic, and also the set. Like, I've got the mythic already, but having a spare won't hurt. Saves transmutes. Get. Let's go and get these gone. But yeah, no, that item's really, really decent. Shane was saying with the talk, he hasn't used it much. I was using it on the werewolf in PvP. I used the Sulk Oaken gank. Yeah, the Sulk Oaken gank's great. The werewolf, I use it on my werewolf build. It's very good on that. That's where it shines. I did make there's a mag Sulk build on the members section. I'll probably update it at some point, because now we've got subclassing. But it used the talk, and I think it had like 7,000 weapon spell damage and like 50k magicka. It was pretty stupid. So the talk can make very, very unusual builds. That Oaken gank thing is disgusting. I really, really love it, but I do think it's also going to nerf it. But I can't see them keeping it as it is. Yeah, I love that explosion. That's such a good one, that is. Yeah, I think it's our first glass boss coming up. So hopefully we get the item we need on the first run. That'd be amazing. Can I keep them on that ball? Try to keep the ball on him. Yeah, if we can keep that little blue ball on him, we get bonus damage. Because that ball does a ton of damage, as you can probably see. There we go. Shane says, yeah, it's fun. I just struggle using my brain and buttons, so a quick gank build works best for me. I think the gank builds, like, they're really fun. I know they're still nothing decent. XP, spells, nope. Risk crit, I don't really use much of those, so I'll take it. Yeah, I think like the gank builds are fun because it is very satisfying, like seeing someone and just killing them with very little counterplay. And I know it sounds really harsh, and if someone does it to me, I'd be really annoyed. I'd be so annoyed if like you're walking around and someone hits you with a gank and you have very little chance to stay alive. But when you're doing it to other people, it is so satisfying. Like, so satisfying. Like, as a creator, I really enjoy like how far you can push things in the game. And like, that's a really good example of basically how much damage can we get whilst making the build viable, and how many like damage sources can we stack in one go. That's some of the regen buffs. Shane says, highest DPS I've got in a dummy is 100k. 100k is decent though. Like, I know people will get up to 150k, which is like obscene, not gonna lie. When I pass anywhere from like 90 to 130, depending on the build. But I literally just do like PvE to get sets, and then I go back into PvP. That's like my home. Andrew says, have a run through the skill bars. I'll show you what I'm doing. I've put a superstar up, but I'll show you the stuff. This is just like literally an archive build, don't die build. It is very tanky, and you've got a lot of just like survivability. So considering we have like so much health, we are alive a long time. Did you do that? That's our group dead. Yeah, I'll show you the bars in a second, okay, Andrew? Silence me with the bubble. It's annoying, that is. So yeah, we'll grab this. So for people who have like tuned in, we are basically trying to farm this set from here. So it is the Templar class set, and the only way of describing it is it's Null Arcana. So if you've played with Silvers, which is a trial set, I think it's from one of these, Lucent here. So I have it on NA, but it does about 10k tooltip, yeah? Which is, it's a good tooltip. But the Templar one, I'll go to Null quickly. So have a look at Null first. Bear with me. So Null Arcana, it has about 10k tooltip, and every time you do a critical damage, you basically charge up every 0.5 seconds. At 3 stacks, you shoot it. So in theory, it can shoot every 1.5 seconds, but it does have a bit of a cooldown, 4-second cooldown. From testing on PTS, and I did like multiple passes, about 20 minutes of just passing different sets. This was proccing on average every 6 seconds. I then went and had a look at the Templar set, because it does exactly the same thing. And yes, this has a smaller tooltip, but because these pieces here have damage, and this also has damage, this ends up being higher. So this is actually more total damage than Null Arcana. And on top of that, when you do damage with Burning Light twice within 30 seconds, really easy, just do jabs, it procs it straight away. This has a 6-second cooldown, they literally fire at the same time. This, however, this effect hits every person you hit with that skill. So if I proc this big spear that comes down on the floor, and when I use my Templar sweep ult, which hits everybody in front of me, this will hit every single person. So you're going to end up hitting like 8 people with this. It's really nasty, it's actually a really good burst set. Like, you could probably use it for bombing, in all honesty. It's really strong. And obviously, it just hits like a truck. So that's why we're using this, because this is basically AoE Null Arcana, and if you're using jabs as a Templar, there's no reason not to use this. This is like a better Null Arcana, if you're going to be in melee anyway. So that's why we're going for this set. For the build I'm using currently, this is what we got. So these are just the sets, and the skills for people curious, it's Rune Blades from Arcanist, Fake Carver from Arcanist, Scythe, this is just for hemorrhage, so when we get the focused efforts, it's just loads of free damage. Ritual for just an AoE heal, it's useful against Marauders, because they do hit hard, this helps keep you alive. Shocking Banner for just more damage, so this makes your status effects hit harder, because they're actually initial ticks, like direct damage rather than dots, the tick bit that does the damage. Tide King's Gaze is just pen and it's decent, it's mainly here for a passive. We then have Channeled Focus for more just sustain, so it's nice. Vigor for just healing. Susceptibility for just breach, but Burning Shield Concussion against like tanky targets with the... when you get the focus efforts, you move this to the front bar. Tree Tires for just free sustain, and then the banner again. So that's what we're doing for those. And the idea like with this build is that because you have so much health and so much healing, this heals you, that's 3 heals there already, plus Vigor. You see, you're literally getting like probably about 6,000-7,000 health a second. It keeps you alive very, very quick. Plus you've got Pale Order on top of this. So as we're doing damage of all those nasty hits, that also gives us loads of healing. So you stay alive very, very easy. And I tried to charge up the free status effects. He always tries to knock you off this one. So the DPS isn't the highest in the initial stages, because we have built for survivability, and when we get the focused efforts, our damage just skyrockets. And if you get it 2 or 3 times, then it's like glorious. I don't know, I went to cast my ult. And what's nice with the Serpent's Disdain we use, it gives all the like dots and stuff a huge amount of... Just stand in these. It gives the dots and stuff just a huge duration. Just sit down, thank you. This is like the part where it takes a while. Yeah, that knockback's horrible with this boss. Dude, he's almost dead. So, but the amount of times, like if you stand here and he hits you, you fall off the edge. So yeah, so the idea is that this literally just keeps you alive to do damage. Oh, take that. I haven't got crafty. Please be what we need. Common. Focus efforts. Damn it. Your direct damage arc bolts of lightning. Your shot damage is increased by 3%. In addition, any direct damage against a target causes a bolt of lightning. Okay, that's pretty decent. I've not seen that. That's new. I've never seen that before, and I've done this loads. So in addition, any direct damage against a target causes a bolt of lightning to arc from it to another, dealing 8k damage can occur every 10 seconds. That's quite a fun thing. Okay, we should have the glass guy, and we're hoping we get the lightning stuff off the Lancer set. So we've been through it. We've done a few of the little mini bosses now. Just catching up with the chat. Shane says the Marauders can be brutal on higher arcs. Oh, you 100%. That's why we've just built so tanky. We're using the Templar, by the way, because as you farm in here, you typically want to have the class that you're using to farm the set for. Because every time you kill the crystal guy at the end, the set you get from there is linked to the class you're currently on. I want Templar stuff, so I have to have a Templar skill line and a Templar base class. The other way you can do it is just like farm loads of fortunes on your main character and buy it, but it's very expensive that way and it takes a lot longer in my experience. Shane said, I've got a 200 build using Aetheric Lance and orders. It's fun. Mostly a thematic one. Honestly, the Aetheric Lance is really, really good. When I've been like messing around with it and stuff on PTS and in duels, it's really good with top lane charge. So use top lane charge to go in to get the stun and then jab, 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 and that will cause it to proc. So it basically becomes like silvers. So you can proc it really reliably, and on an Oakensoul build, which is where I'm going to use it, it allows you to just have that extra bit of oomph that you don't normally have, and then because it gives you so much weapon and spell damage, it means that you have actually decent healing, because all of your heals are tied to damage on a Templar. So because you've got 5 like bar slots, you have to really be careful of how much healing you can get access to. Run, little goat. No, no, leave me alone, man. Okay, damn it. I got greedy. I got greedy. Andrew says, I love everything about the Theorycrafting that went into this build. And for the thing, tripods because unified. Yeah, 100%. I use tripods because they cover everything. Like, they're easy to get, they're cheap. You need something, they just give you everything you want in one go. You need a heal, push a potion. You need mag, push a potion. You need sand, push a potion. And because I play on controller, you know, like, switching potions is a bit annoying. Like, yes, you can do it, but it's not easy. Are you right, Cunningham? It's been a while. Said, subs gone up, got a lot since I saw you. Not played for a few years, seems so much has changed. Yeah, ESO has changed loads in that time. So like it's done a really weird thing where it's like it's changed, but it's also got a familiarity. So if you're still like if you were into it before, there's still a lot to like about it. There's still a lot to not like. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I enjoy the combat. I like the PvP, and I like the build creation. And if you're into that kind of stuff, they've just added more and more options. So I would, say jump in, give it a go. You got nothing to lose, especially if you own the game. Go for a cheeky heavy attack. You can see the healing of the Pale Order though. Like, look how much healing we get. And if you had a Marauder as well. Get rid of the jelly. The jelly things are annoying. So you can see, like, we are like super tanky, which I really like with this build. And because of like just all the dots and stuff, you just get so much free healing. Something's hit me quite hard. I don't know what it is. I wasn't paying attention. A jelly. Didn't see the jelly there. Those little jellies, you got to kill. I didn't see him. I was looking at the chat. Cunningham says, I don't really have time for gaming properly these days. Is Cyrodiil still a mess? Yes and no. It depends what you say is a mess. I will watch the jellies. They scale up the damage really nasty. I always forget that I've got a companion on me. Let me chuck one in. I don't normally use a companion, to be honest. I actually will like focus on killing him rather than reading chat. So I stood next to him there, and then that's where you don't want to sit, because he shoots little glass balls at you like that. And I was sitting next to him, so I wasn't watching that, and I wasn't watching the jellies. There's the jelly. So he's going to go for his little pick up his sword. I love the mechanics in this place. The mechanics in this place are awesome. Like, they definitely put some cool work into this. The rewards are just not good enough, other than a few class sets. Yeah, okay, he's dead. Shane says, yeah, he takes the tank with him. Companion was pretty decent. I'm pretty sure when that bubble was up, it reflects damage. Yeah, that's what I did wrong. I was watching the chat and looking at the jelly. Wasn't watching the jellies and just left the beam on him. Got another lead. Lance spell. Do I have that? No, I don't. That's decent. I actually do need that. That's actually quite good. Yeah, that was decent. We got something we actually need. Let me sell. You get so much rubbish doing this. There's so much rubbish. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. I really wish there was a filter that just says new items. Like, you know, you have to go down to each category. There should just be a filter that just recently picked up. Because they tell you there, like, they've put the little plus that you've not. It's just gone into your inventory. I don't want it. I just want to get rid of it. Because I can just go sell. But, it's divine as well, it's not bad. A couple of those. Todd's asked, where do I find the build for this tank? I'll show you in a sec. Persistent pain. There's nothing pretty decent there. Yeah, so what we are using is the following. So that's a superstar. I have shown these like skills and stuff, but it is Rune Blades, Fate Carver, Scythe. This is for hemorrhaging. Cleanse, good heal over time. Also, when you get the bleeds on you, it's nasty, and we have to be a Templar for what we're farming. Banner, because it buffs all our damage. Just free damage, basically. This is just pen, passive. Armor buff plus sustain, heal. Susceptibility is like OP with focus efforts. Tree ties from which is more damage and sustain. So that's what we're doing. Okay. I always find that sometimes when you want focus efforts, you never get it. Put some bleeds on those quickly. Oh, this guy's so annoying when you get him. Pop up. Tell him I imagine to go away. Because you can't do any damage whilst he's there. Hey, Shane said it managed to get Emperor the other day for the first time. I expect it to be way harder. Like, getting Emperor is a really good thing to get. I'm not saying it's not. I don't like the way in which it works in Cyrodiil personally, because it just really rewards those who have more time rather than competency. And I know it sounds really harsh, and it's probably not a popular take, but yeah, I just think that it's cool. It's just, I don't know, if you if you work a full-time job or you got a family and stuff, you don't have much time. If you've got an hour a day, 2 hours at most, by the time you get that, it is generally comes down to, well, you've basically been able to just be on more for a lot of people, especially like those people who get Emp for just repairing walls. You see that loads. The outfit's awesome. If the Emp is on a Sorcerer, Shane, do try the gank build with it. That'd be hilarious, because you get so much free damage. You can, with this build that we're using, by the way, is put on the Rune of Displacement from the Arcanist skill line. It gives you like a pool that you can group them up a bit easier. I don't find it too bad to do this. This one's so freaking annoying. But that damage bubble is ridiculously annoying to fight against. So we'll get more order very soon. It's been a little while. Not had one yet. Shane was only able to do it when it reset. Well, that's what you often find. It's just literally like a race to whoever can get it first. And then after about a week, people stop going for it. And you either have to find people nightcap, personally, like that's what you typically see, to try and get it. Or those who don't get it, they will wait and wait and wait as long as they can, and then try and rush it in the last week 3 roughly. So when there's hardly anybody there, because it's easy to then get it. Todd says, for mentally less fortunate, do you consider making a short build video for YouTube? I can. What I'll do at the end of the stream is I will just do a very 3-4 minute hey and then it can just be cut. And if you want to see that, you can obviously have a look there. Oh, goblin. Come here. Come here, Mr. Goblin. Beam, 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 beam. Okay. Always go for the goblins. They drop good stuff. I'm just charging up the hemorrhage stacks. You will see, with this build, as soon as we get that focused efforts, our damage jumps up massively. Because those little ticks of, say, 1,000, yeah? From the dots, they're 8,000-9,000 each. And obviously we have so many of them. There's also a decent one you can get from in here, which is when you do a heavy tech, you put a 60k bleed on them. That works really nice with this build. Okay, that's person dead. Okay, hopefully we get it. Hopefully we get what we are after. I'll check the goblin in a sec. Okay, what did the goblin give us? Just fortunes. No leads that are decent. Okay, please be what we're after. Damn it. That one's not bad. This is decent. For every ult you have, you basically just get free damage. You don't use your ult, you get free damage. It's pretty decent. The focus efforts is what we're after. Super, super good. If we can get that. You'll see when we get a Marauder, we should be able to like kill it by ourselves absolutely fine, but also not die. Oh, there he is. So I'm gonna put down my buffs. Just cleansing that from him. So if you can, you want to try and keep one at the back, because it allows you to just focus on this dude. Put down my cleanse. Sometimes you do want to get more people though and put on the dots on them. Because you see how hard he is, that's why we have so much freaking health. He's in for a big hit there. Good old Stormfist. Come here. So like with the Marauder, a lot of it is just literally focusing down. Now there's more enemies here, so I'm going to put down some of my heals. And try and sit in those. Go for a cheeky block. So much red on there. So, you know, it's very much slow and steady, but it gets the job done. And hit by the boar. Okay, so that's Marauder dead. That's that challenge done too. Okay, good. Ah, ice staff. I don't have it, so I guess it's something. Another one I can't get. But yeah, so you can see where we can kill stuff. Much appreciated for the reply, and looking forward to the final Aetheric Templar build. Gonna get dinner. Yeah, no, have a good dinner. And yeah, it'll be on the end of the video at some point. Beat down. So yeah, you can also see like with this, we've got enough damage to kill him. It's just slow, but we've had like no real good visions. So to obviously get this far and not get anything decent to help boost your damage is pretty unlucky. I'll show you the things we got, and you can see like our damage is not from our visions. Shane says you get a cool aura from the set as well. Yeah, the glow on it is awesome. So all we need is the lightning staff. Is this going to be a little puzzle one? Oh no, this one's easy. This one's really easy. This one, you have to walk at a set speed. If you go too fast, you lose the balls. I'll drop these two back. These last three. If you go a bit too quick, these last four, and end up losing all of them. Like that. I'll drop these three back and try and grab that one. Always gonna be close. There we go. It's a bit annoying doing that one by yourself. It will grab that. That's not a bad one, 65% damage boost, that's awesome. Yeah, for people who are joined the stream, we are trying to farm this set tonight. So we're after the Aetheric Lancer set. And I've got like all the things I need apart from the weapon. I just need the lightning staff. Once I get the lightning staff, the build is like finished. And this set, you can see that the damage is pretty high. And when you add in the 2, 3, like 4 piece, and then that 5 piece bonus 300 damage on it, it ends up being more than Null Arcana. So that's why we want to like the set. It's very, very good. We'll go for put these on him. Sorry, I was coughing, so I tried to turn the mic off just while I stand still. I was going to pair it with Essence Thief. I was looking at that option. So on a 1-bar build, one of the issues you have. Yeah, if you're doing this, by the way, and you don't need to like cough, you'll be absolutely fine. Just when I record, like you sometimes see if I'm standing still and then I don't move, it's because I'm either coughing or I'm like touching something else or reading chat. So like that's what happened there because I stood in the fire like this. So I'm going to move out of it this time because I am actually paying attention. But yeah, to Shane's question, I'm planning on pairing it with Essence Thief. Because one of the issues you have on a 1-bar build is an issue of damage, obviously. An issue of healing. That fire is actually getting quite hard now. Yes, you have an issue of like damage, healing, but also sustain. Which all builds have those 3 problems, but it's more pronounced on a 1-bar build because you don't have the flexibility. With still not here. Oh, that's so depressing. Don't care about gold. Health recovery increased by no. That one will do. Yeah, we've been really unlucky not getting any focus efforts. But yeah, the options that I were looking at, like you could in theory, and there's nothing, you could just put on Null Arcana with it and just run that, you know, and run Null Arcana and the same set together, which would be quite funny because jabs would proc both sets. It'd be like, pew, pew. You would launch like shards and spears at them with jabs, and you would get a lot of damage. But it's whether, you know, it's worth doing that. So yeah, my thinking was Essence Thief because it gives you the stam sustain you need, which is awesome. You know, on a kind of melee type class like the DK, I used Essence Thief to fix that problem because you need the stam. You're rolling a lot, you're moving around a lot, and if you don't have that stam, you're going to die. You then also get free healing from it. So it gives you healing, which is great because it's like a 4k heal. It's not a huge heal, but it's free healing. And on top of that, it's 10% damage boost, which is massive. That's literally made you berserk. So it is like 2 or 3, like 5 pieces in one set. So that's what I'm thinking. The question is whether do we play the mini game of Essence Thief with the build. I don't think it's a difficult mini game to play, and if we are in like melee anyway, it will be easy to pick up. Having like used it, you literally light attack with the staff, then topple in. By the time the light attack hits them and you get there with the topple, you have found that you've already got the Essence Thief ready to be picked up and they're stunned. So you literally just jab as you spin around to pick it up. It was pretty easy to pick up consistently. The other option I was thinking of using was Rallying Cry, because again, it's a set that doubles up. It's got damage and defense. There's very few sets that give you loads of like things at once. So those are my thoughts. It's Rallying Cry, Essence Thief, possibly, or maybe go down the line of the freaking Clan Veers. Maybe go down the line of something like Wretched Vitality if we need Sustain, because it's one of the good Sustain sets. Or I was considering, and again, I need to test it a bit more, actually on live, which is why I need that set. Whether we go down the route of something like Cyrodiil's Light. So Cyrodiil's Light's also a very good set. I'll show you that. It's a set that's not used often, actually. PvP set. I think it's called Light of Cyrodiil, but rather than Cyrodiil's Light. But it's one of those weird ones where they set, like, the items are named the other way around. Not Crest of Cyrodiil. Yeah, it's Light of Cyrodiil. Light. There it is. Okay, so while you are casting or channeling ability, your damage taken is reduced by 15%. But if you're interrupted, your next Magicka skill costs 0. It has no cooldown. So if you're using jabs, jab is interruptible. If you're jabbing, you get 15% damage reduction from this set, which is fantastic. And then if you do get interrupted, you then get your next skill for free, which is normally going to be a burst heal. So it's very, very nice. The only thing I need to test though is actually does the refund work? Because the Honor the Dead refunds part of its Magicka. But does it actually have to cost a Magicka to refund it? Oh, she's the one, the little flying ones, isn't she? These are annoying. Yeah, let's focus on the little goblin. Yeah, put some of those on it. The mechanics in this place is pretty cool though. I like the fact you get to fight so many different types of bosses is pretty fun. Because you get to see like all the mechanics. Where's my little... What do I get? More fortunes, take that. We want the focus efforts. That's what we're really, really after. Like, we've been really unlucky with it. Again, still not there. No. That might be useful, I guess. We've got pen already. Right. Offensive penetration increased by 37%. I don't have a huge amount. I'll take it. They get more armor as we go deeper through, so it's not going to hurt. But yeah, it's just when you build around focus efforts and you never get it, it's quite frustrating because you're like, I need it to make the build. Richard asks, what am I farming? I'm farming this Aetheric Lance, I think it's called. It's a Templar set, and it's basically no Arcana for a Templar. But what makes it different is the proc condition. It procs when you use Templar skills from the Aetheric Spear line, and you hit a target with it. So what that actually means is that when you hit somebody with an Aetheric Spear skill whilst it's procced, it will hit every person in that area. So it's an AoE no Arcana. So for that reason, no Arcana is a very, very strong set anyway, and it's just a better version. So it's kind of like, why would you not use this? So yeah, so that's what we're trying to get, Richard. It's PvP. So I'll show you. Here it is. So I've got loads of it already, and I've got lots of this other set. I don't want this set. This set's like, it's fun in theory. It's just not good for PvP. This one is very good for PvP. This procs about 11,000 on an Oakensoul build, so it's very, very high. And it's really, really decent. PvE wise, if you, it's not bad for PvE. It's not just not great. The Wrath Suns, like, again, they're not great sets for PvE. These are just like fun thematic sets. It's just this one happens to be very good in PvP, and that's what we do a lot of on the channel. So it's like where my passion lies, I would say. You know, I really like the PvP on this. What I will do is once we get to a point where we get to the end of this run, so end of the next last person, and we don't get the thing we're looking for, get rid of that. Do I have enough transmutes? I'm just checking the cost. 57, yeah, and we can sell those now. So I'm running out of space. I sit to PvE. PvP was never my thing. I did the same, to be fair, for a long time, Richard. So I used to play on Xbox EU like 7-8 years ago now. And when I played there, I did PvE like exclusively. I did trials, all that kind of stuff, yeah. And what I found with PvE, as cool as it is, I found the combat quite repetitive. Like once you've done the trial a few times, you're just pushing for score, and that didn't really interest me because I like the combat, and PvP is much more dynamic combat wise because people react, you know, they're human. Whereas when you're fighting a boss, it comes down to how well you know the mechanics. And with add-ons in particular, it's even easier because they tell you a lot of the mechanics. And I know it sounds quite harsh, but it is what I see. You know, I've been in trials on PC, and it's like, now dodge, boss is doing the big mechanic, and it pops up right in the center of your screen because of the add-ons. And it's great, you know, if it helps people, brilliant. I have no issue with that. But for me, it just makes the game like less fun gameplay wise. But I know, I appreciate it. PvE is like definitely way more popular. And I know, like, as a content creator, if I wanted to like grow the channel more, I should just do more PvE stuff. And like do a lot of like thematic, like this is a solo PvE build, you know, don't die, 1 bar, do any dungeon, that kind of stuff, or solo any overland content. You know, those builds people like, or thematic ones in PvE, in my experience. I just don't enjoy that part of the game that much. Like, I don't mind it, it's just not my like favourite thing. A little fire orb do its work. But no, I mean they get stunned. Get the damage going. Back on him, thank you. Yeah, it looks like he's dead. Yeah, nothing good from those. Hopefully we get with focus efforts. We have been after it for freaking ages. We've not got it yet. It's got to come. It's got to come. Oh, for goodness sake. Literally. Oh, I don't care about that. Damage taken. Damage up by magic increase. For people curious, the build we're using here, this is what we're currently rocking. There you go. So we are literally built around getting focus efforts and using Serpent Sustain to just abuse it. The problem is, if we don't get focus efforts, we can't abuse it. And we've got this one, which is not, it's not great. It's not terrible, it's not great though. This is meh. This is meh. We've just got this, but it's meh. This is that's okay. Yeah. So I mean, like, we've done loads, we've got very, very bad visions. So it's just been very unfortunate. Because as soon as you get the focused efforts, the build comes online. But you can see, like, even with bad visions, we can still kill stuff. And if we actually focus, we're not going to die. Like, it's actually quite hard to die on this. You can't eat food while you're channeling, that's interesting. There you go. But yeah, once we've done this, and we've got to the next glass boss, which I think will be coming up soon, if we don't get the focus efforts or the item we need, we'll probably pause here. I'll do some like PvP, because I've been in here a lot, to say the least. Like, I'll show you in the moment once we kill this group here. Freaking silence. Like, the casual 10k heal is obscene. Scythe's so good. Yeah, hopefully we get it. But yeah, what I was going to show. Shane says that literally all I need is the staff and 2H. Yeah. This is the staff. The staff is what I need. I've got all the other bits. For people curious, when you do an Infinite Archive run, you typically get 2 to 3 of the thing you're looking for. So you can go, well, that's like 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs, 6 runs. As you go, there's probably about 7 runs there, maybe 6, 7. On a good day, 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've done about 10 runs to try and get this set. I don't have what I need yet. It's really, really depressing. It was like it when I did Pyre Band. I got so much of that set. These ones are really annoying, the little mystic ones. They just keep silencing you. Up we go. They're all up here. Awesome. It is a very good set though. You have to build into it properly. These ones are so annoying. It's literally like fighting a trial dummy when they have that bubble one. Like, so danky. Look at all the healing. Oh, Shane said, never mind, I've got the bits. Yeah, if you've got the staff, that is like the worst bit to get. So yeah, that is very, very fortunate. It's down there. This place looks like some of the areas in Path of Exile 2. You know, I think it's Act 3. Don't know if anybody's played that game, but it's quite good. Take these, 3 damage. These are good. Okay, is this the... Oh, yeah, when you get to this one, if just... We can probably kill her, but it takes freaking ages. Like, we do damage. You just have to, as soon as they spawn a crystal, go straight for the crystal. Try and burst it. Then go for a cheeky roll. See if I can pull her over here. Both. She's interrupted. Just put my hemorrhaging on her. She's gonna go for the thing, isn't she? The other crystal. The thing that's annoying with this one is it turns off all your little visions and your buffs. So any buff that you got will be disabled. I will need to run to her. Should do that. Or one of the bash. Yeah, this crystal thing is like suicide. No. Out of stam, out of stam. Those ones are always brutal. Because you don't have like any other visions to buff you. But I think if we don't get a good vision here, we'll pause. Jump into PvP for a bit. Because we've been doing this for a little while and it's good, but it does get a bit boring. Just put these on. There's my little blue ball. To keep that on him. Over the arena now. I've actually got some space to do the ball thing on him. You can really feel like when you don't get any decent visions, it really, really hurts. Little jelly person here. Okay, we got rid of the first dude. This one's not too bad, he just runs away loads. As long as you keep moving, he does die pretty quick. Got on some status effects. They don't do much damage because of the thing we're missing. But you can see like what this does when it's a fight and you have no good visions and Move round. Okay, so that's done. Hopefully we get what we want. We want a lightning staff. We need a lightning staff and then we can be done. I don't know it's going to give it to us. Will it give it to us? Lightning staff. Oh no, it's a sword. It's what we need, just the wrong freaking set. It takes so freaking long. And we had no good vision. No good vision here. Okay, let's do a quick poll. Do we just keep trying to get the set going? So, it's going to be, do we restart and just jump in again? Because realistically, what we got isn't great, yeah? Oh, you can reroll the visions. I didn't see that. That's quite cool. I'm not going to waste my money. So, restart. Get the set. So, the poll is really simple. Do we restart and try and get the set? I'm going to buy the random boxes and just hope RNG's on our side. With how tonight's been, I'm going to say no. But we're going to try. Or do we go into PvP and do something a bit more fun? I know I need to get the set because I need the set for the build. I also know that I don't want to keep farming stuff because it takes so freaking long. Take the fortunes. Okay, so we've got enough to buy a couple boxes. Let's see what we can get. Okay. Now, these curated ones are so expensive. Wiedemer says, I'm collecting a Nightblade set. I have DK, Arc, and Sulk already. The DK ones are great. Pyreband's fantastic. I'm going to chance 3 of these to see do we get. Now, I'm going to be smart. I should buy 1. Open it. See if I get it. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Sorry. Oh, that's bloody after that. Oh, that is literally what we need. I can actually start to gear the build up. That's awesome. Okay, we're going to jump into PvP. We don't need to restart. We can close the poll. Oh, that's well good. That is like so good. I'm probably buzzing about that. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to restart. So I'm not coming back here. I've done my time. I'll just say this. I've got some money left. I'm going to keep the money actually. And yeah, we're going to go and gear up the stuff. Also grab these quick. Oh yeah, that's like so good. That's so good. So yeah, if you've just joined, we've been on a fabled run trying to farm this item. And it's finally dropped. This set is really, really cool. It's a Templar class set, so you have to be a Templar base class. But I want to make an Oakensoul Templar, and this is what I need for the build. So buzzing we've got this set. So what I'll now do is look at all the pieces I've got. I've got quite a few transmutes as well, so I can probably throw it together mostly. How much money do I have? I've got... Where's the transmutes? 255. I don't have loads. That might be a bit of a snag. Okay. Let's go and hop out of here. I'm going to hop to a guild house. I'm going to do a quick stock check of what items we have. And what do I need to like put on gear-wise. Oh, you know, I'm like proper buzzing about that. That's like so good. So yeah, the set, very good set. Very good set. So the question is, do we go down the route of do we go down the route of using Essence Thief? I'm going to hop back just really quick because I did say to, I think it was Andrew in chat earlier, could I just do a very quick build video of what I was using in the archive, and then people can like cut it if they wish. So I'm just going to spend like 2 minutes. I'm going to say 2 minutes will be like 5 minutes, but you get the idea. So I'll do the like intro and stuff, so just bear with me, okay? Let me get my superstar ready there. That's good to go, okay? I'm going to put this there, then do that, okay. Hey! It's Dan! And welcome to Unified Gaming. So in this one, I'm going to break down my Infinite Archive build that I've been using to help farm some sets. It's kind of a throw it together build. It works really well to give you loads of survivability and good damage, but it does rely on getting some decent visions to get really deep into the archive, especially focus efforts. For the race, you can be anything you want. This is literally just thrown together, but race-wise, something with damage ideally. So I'm a high elf, and a little tip, if you're farming a class set like I was, try and keep the base class so it matches, so that way you got a chance to get what you're actually after. Attributes, I'd put everything into health. The Marauders hit like a truck, so you want to have at least 30k health. So with all your points in health and some like health food, you'll be good to go. Munders wise, regen, you need to be able to sustain. Your damage will come from the visions you get in the place, but if you don't have this and you need a bit more damage early on, you could put the lover and then jump back in. It's not needed personally. Keep the regen, it's more useful. For the skills, I've gone essentially one class mastery, so like class, if you're a DK, use the heal, if you're a necro, use the heal, but you typically want one that will give you a heal from the base class, and then you can put on Herald of the Tome, which is the primary damage source, and Bone Tyrant. The way in which the build works is that we are focused on stacking status effects to then get our damage with focused efforts. Every status effects with that vision means you get like an extra 9k damage out of it, and when you're hitting 6 or 7 status effects, it's lots of damage very, very fast, and you know you want to get a lot of those things. So Bone Tyrant gives you access to bleed and hemorrhaging, which hits really hard, so that's nice. Plus with the focused efforts, hits even harder still. And then the Herald of the Tome, this gives you the ability to kill stuff easier early on, as well as access to the beam, which gives you a big shield. So this can be quite nice to help get you out of trouble if you're low or you're worried about dying, because it'll also cover you whilst you're doing damage, and you can heal underneath it. So really useful here. For the actual skills and so on, I'm using Rune Blades. This charges the beam. I then use Fate Carver, which is the beam. It hits hard. We then have Scythe. This is a big heal if you hit people. It's AoE, so you can hit loads of people and get a massive amount of healing. And on top of this, it gives you the hemorrhage, which we're really, really after. We've extended Ritual from the Templar, because we're a Templar using Restoring Light. This is the Cleanse. This is great against the dots that you get in this place, and it's good to heal over time. We have Shock in Banner. This gives you more damage with direct damage, so your status effect ticks will hit harder when they actually do their first hit. And we get the bonus damage from the class Mastery and Armor, so awesome here, with Courage. We then have Tide King Gaze. This is here to just give us more penetration. The Herald of the Tome has a passive down here, Splintered Secrets, that gives you penetration, and this works really nice for that. If you want to run something else, you can do, but that's what I use. It's not skill point wise, but it's decent enough. On the back bar, we have Channeled Focus. This gives our armor and loads of magical recovery. It's fantastic. We then have Vigor. It's again more armor. It's worth noting with the Channeled Focus, you also heal inside it, so a little tip there. We have Elemental Susceptibility on the back bar for burning, shield, and concussion. But when you do get the focus efforts, you simply move this to the front bar and you put the Cleanse on the back bar. Or you could swap the Scythe around for this, so it depends on how you use it. I normally swap the Scythe personally, and then I'd have the Cleanse because you do get hit with the Marauders quite often in the bleeds, and this becomes very useful. We then have Tree Ties, which gives us more sustain, so as we use class skills in this procs, it gives us loads of recovery. It's fantastic. It's also a damage buff. We have the banner again and the ult. If you have more skill points to spare, you can change the ult. For the consumables on this, I use Witch Mother's Potent Brew. It's max health, it's magic recovery, and max magicka. It's cheap, it's cheerful, it does the job. I then use Tri Potions. You know, it's a unified build, it's what we do here, so it just covers everything. So these are really cheap. You can buy them in Cyrodiil, which is fantastic. You can buy them in players, it's just really, really good. For the champion points, on the blue ones we have Deadly Aim, Thaumaturge, Ironclad, and Jeweler's Rebuff. You can tweak these as you see fit. These are just kind of like thrown together. I would try and get some fight and finesse in. On the red ones we have Bastion for our shield, Juggernaut for more just like survivability, Fortified for more armor, and Vitality for more health. The green ones can be whatever you like. For the actual sets, we use Heartland's Conqueror. We use an Ice Staff charged. The reason we use this is that when we heavy attack, and we use it Ice Staff, we do get a big shield. So it's down in the Trifocus that when you do a heavy attack, you get a 13k shield. And this is really good against Marauder. So if you're like out of resource, you need a big shield, just a heavy attack, it will help. And Lightning Staff will give you more damage, but I find the survivability is more useful personally. And if you did use Blockade of Frost, you also get a shield on top of this, which is great. So you could chuck this on if you want, but you'd have to drop one of the skills. For the rest of the sets, we auto-utilize the Vratashan Ice Staff. This is again defending. This can be whatever you like, it's just what I had going. It's just 3 damage. I then have One Piece Magma Incarnate, and this is just for sustain. I then use Serpent's Disdain. This is a crafted set, and this increases the duration of all status effects by 16 seconds. So as we obviously do status effects with the focus efforts, that hits really hard. This makes them last even longer, so you just get huge amounts of damage for free as soon as you get that vision. And we just blow it out like so. I then round it off with 1 Pale Order for just some more healing. If you want to see this in a superstar, it's going to be on screen now, so you can see the superstar here. So bear with me, there we go. And this is how you can see like a 1-page summary of everything you need, and that gives you a rough breakdown on what we are doing. Yeah, so if someone wants to clip that, they are welcome to, but that gives you an idea of the build. We're going to now make the actual PvP one because that's what we want to do. So let's get out of this place. I've been here way too long. It's been very depressing. And we will leave. Hey, Anne-Marie's become a gold donor. Cheers for that. That's very generous of you. And I really appreciate the support. I hope you find the builds and stuff helpful. And you know, as always, if you get any questions and need help, just message me on Discord or YouTube. Discord's always the easiest. But yeah, it's really generous of you. We also have Weedman just saying about the sets. So he's been using Null Arcana in PvP, but getting S on by it myself. Can't beat them, so join them. If you use this new set, the one that we've just got, where was it? This is like, oh, glorious. Where's my lightning staff? It's up here somewhere. It's a terrible trait. But this is no Arcana, but it's AoE. It's super good. Like super good. So if you can get this, it is well worth it. Okay. We're going to load out the build now. So I'm just going to look at what I have and how I can mix and match it, because I don't want to do any more farming, and we'll kind of make it work. Okay. So what we are going to do is the following. I'm going to load up USP Build Editor. I love that place. It's a really good way to just check, like put in what you have. And then you can just, it makes it easy to visualize. So if you've not seen the Build Editor, it's fantastic. There's a video on the channel. But it lets you create builds. It gives you a rough like stat approximation. And when I say rough, it's like 99% correct. It's stupidly close. And I can just use it to go, okay, what do I have? So we've got a lightning staff of the set we need. So we're going to use that. So I was going to do lightning staff, sash, and something else if I recall. And then because I've got to recreate so much stuff, I just need to check that I don't make the wrong thing because I don't have many transmute crystals. That's going to be light sash, heavy chest. I think it was heavy legs was the other thing I was going to do. So let's see, do we have heavy legs? I've got other things I can mix and match out, so it's not end of the world. I like to try and get like best in slot if I can. Okay, we've got a necklace and we've got a pair of boots. So based on this, light gloves, they're not terrible. I'm gonna go for the shoulder. Let's go medium shoulder. Yeah, we'll go medium shoulder. We'll do that, okay? So we'll do the shoulder. So that will give us the 5 of those, and then I was going to pair it with a set called Essence Thief, which I have a fair bit of that. So I'm going to hop into my DK now and see what pieces of Essence Thief we can nab from there. And then we're going to throw it all together and actually make it work, because you know, is a very, very good set. So this is the DK. Absolutely love the DK. DK is awesome. Whilst it's loading, I'm just going to grab a quick drink. I'll be about 30 seconds or so. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back. So let's see what I have from here that I can nab as a stopgap. So I got a Cuirass, which I don't need. Got a shoulders, they're better. I've got a sash. But we'll look for essence here. So I got feet, that's awesome. So let's go essence. Essence. We've got feet. We've got legs, which is great. I need those anyway. That's awesome. Got hands, that's fantastic. I think I've got 2 jewelry as well, which I think we can actually throw this together. Yeah, we can throw this together now. So we're going to do that. Okay, so yeah, I should be able to get the build up and running, hopefully, in probably the next 20 minutes. So unequip that. Unequip that. These should be infused, but I don't want to waste the transmutes. I'm so low on them. So we'll keep it at the swift. It's not going to hurt us. Essence, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's number 5. Okay. We then have, is that went for armor? I'll go regen. I'll take that across as well. Let me unequip that. Yeah, so if you just joined us, what we're doing, we've been farming a set all evening, which has taken ages, and I've been doing all week. It's taken freaking ages. And we've finally got the thing out of the box. So we are going to try and throw it all together and get the build going. So that's what we're trying to do. Okay? So we're going to hop on to the Templar. And I'm going to do just a very quick check of what pieces do we have. And then also, do I need to transmute or reconstruct? Because maybe something is in the right trait. It probably isn't, but you never know. On a side note as well, obviously we did a lot of PvE tonight. If that's something you'd like to see, where I'm actually showing where I farm the sets and stuff, it will be useful to know. So I will put a poll up now and a poll after this stream. But it'll be good to see what are people's thoughts on it. It's not something I've really done much of it, to be honest. So we need our chest. What's our chest? Infuse. That's not great. Divine's not great. And we had shoulder, which we got rid of. Okay, looks like we're going to be creating all of it. That is fine, but at least we know. Okay. So I'm going to reconstruct it on my Templar, on my Sorcerer. And yeah, if you do feel really strongly like one way or the other about like content on the channel, so like PvP or PvE stuff, it would be useful to know in the chat if you are okay doing that. Because it's really good to kind of gauge what people like or not like. Yeah, we're hopping on to this Orc. We're going to go to a guild house, craft what we need, and then jump back onto the Templar and just, give it a go. So when I did the stats on Templar, they were juicy. They were very, very good. Don't know if we'll be able to get into much BGs tonight because it's quite late, but I'm hoping we can get some action with it as well. So it should be about 5-10 minutes from now, getting it like good to go. So we're going to go and over to hither. This is my Oaken, and I love this build. Oakensoul's so good. Like this is so good. Such a good build. Oh, really enjoyed that one. We're going to equip this one. This was just my crafter. Because you have to get like so many skill points. It's easier just to do that. VMO says, am I from the UK? Yes. I have a very British accent. So we were going Infinite Archive. We were doing the Templar, which took freaking ages. We got the Lightning Star finally. We want it to be gold, and we want it to be sharpened. This is a very, very good set. 55 crystals. Oh, you can see I'm so low on crystals. We then need the heavy chest, if I remember. I was like putting it in the background as well. So heavy chest reinforced. A little tip: it's very rare. It's not really worth golding your armor in PvP in most cases. Just as a like jumble tip. The only time you may want to do it is if you use something like well fitted. That that 1.2% difference there is now 6%. It's not huge, but if you do it on every piece, that can be like another 10% cost reduction. It's not huge because it gets diminished as you add more and more of it, but there generally isn't much point going gold on armor. It's only on weapons, just to save you some gold. We've got the lance chest. That's 3 pieces. All my transmutes are going. This is so depressing. Like so depressing. We are then going to go and grab the sash, which is light. This is for our Undaunted passives in pen. And then we needed something else. It's a shoulder, which I happen to have in medium, which is going to also be in pen. So in theory, we have all the pieces we need now for the build. I'll just double check. We've got lance. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. I can also create another Oakensoul. I love good old Oakensoul. One thing I really love with Antiquities is when you get the whole set mastered, like the mythics in particular, because there's only one of them per thing, you can just recreate them like super cheap. And on top of that, if you want to like break it down because you reconstructed it, you get 25 crystals back. So I can make this and say Swift. If I don't like Swift, I can just break it and redo it again. Really good. Really, I think that's like really useful. We are going to go infused. I think when I did protective across the board to give us more armor. I'm going to go protective. We can always change it if it doesn't work. Literally just break it and remake it, so that's nice and easy. And we're going to drop all of this stuff in here. There's our Oaken protective. We then need our lance set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the bank's full. My bank's full. I need to clear my bank out. I can get some crystals out of that. I've got so much stuff I need to get rid of. And I don't want to get rid of it all. Yeah, this is like, I don't need to carry that much stuff. That should be enough that I can get the stuff in the bank and then be able to make the build. Yeah, times are hard. So where's our Templar dude? Yeah, so for the build, when I was making it on the PTS, it was a Nord because I was trying to get more resistances to try and get up to 33,000 armor, which I was able to as a Nord. So without that, we're probably going to get about 30k. With our current pieces, we're about 28k armor, which won't be bad. Let's grab a merchant now and just start. We've got to clear some inventory here quickly, and then we can get the stuff out because this is pretty much full. So anything we don't need, we can just get rid of. Now that we're not going to use, so that can go. Might use that. That can go. That can go. That can go. That can good. It's not bad, but that can go. That can go. That can go. It's not terrible. That can go. But these are all like literally the wrong traits. So annoying. Might keep that and then change it. I can make. Keep that. I might use that on. I don't think I will, but yeah. So we've got some space now to get the thing. One, two, three, four. I need essence. Okay, so we should be able to chuck on this. Get it all up and running, okay? This is cool. You can see it's really on almost 9k. Look at that. When it procs, it'll go up again. Chucking out essence thief. More essence thief. Some more essence thief. There we go. Yeah, that's 9.2k already. Like, it's got a nasty tooltip. And we need some Oakensoul. Let's get the Oakensoul going. I'll leave that there as a stopgap, but I might change it out for the other one. We had a regen one. I can't remember what it was. It began with an M though. Was it Baron Frisk? It might have been Baron Frisk. Loads of this. Let me take a heavy. Might need some more resist. Okay, now we're going to swap the skills. Because we do not need that much health and we do not need all those skills. I'm going to go and show you what I was using. And please excuse my chair, it's pretty old. It's quite squeaky. Yeah, so if you've joined, we've been able to get this set finally. Like, we've been taking ages to get this. So good. Such a good set. So we're going to clear everything. Now, there's a good chance I don't have all the skill points. Just making it abundantly clear. But we will do what we can with it. Oh, no, don't know what happened there. That was... That not seen that happen before. There you go, okay. I'm going to change these and go... We need Aetheric Spear. And then we also need to have Animal Companions. Animal Companions. Instead of Herald then. I believe, if I recall, these were the skills we used. Okay? So, we've got one bar. Because we're going to put on our good old Oakensoul friend. Here. And we can't swap bar. We're on the right bar, okay? Now, when I remember doing it, we had jabs with punch and sweep. I used Deep Fissure because that gave us a penetration. I had Falcon of Swiftness, that was our movement skill. We used Deceptive Predator because you get minor berserk already, so just a little tip there. I then used the Honor the Dead, which basically refunds itself, which is great for PvP. And then I had the charge. I wasn't sure whether to use the charge, and I need to test that on the live server, or whether we do, the cleanse. And that's kind of where I was like, oh, do I go for the cleanse for more healing and more Templar like feeling, or do I go for the charge for just topple? Because we've got the Predator already. We used the spear roll, which hits like a truck. So it deals increased damage. And then we're going to put on all our passives now, okay? And I'll show you why I wanted the set. We'll try the more like offensive one with the toppling charge for the stun. It always gives us a major protection, which is nice. We are very low on skill points though. So I'm abundantly clear. That we don't care about. We don't any use those. No. That one we do need. Let's get our racial passives in too. I'd like to get medicinal use if I can. I'll leave that to the end. We want Undaunted, that's just free stats. We have a lot of medium on the build, so we want this. Athletics will be quite useful, we need that. We won't need that. So what I'm doing is basically grabbing all the key passives for damage that will help us. Well, I think we might be okay skill point wise actually. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay actually. Because you've got these take 2 each. So you can see that's like loads of skill points gone there. Tons. We'll get them all and we'll see what we're missing, okay? So we've got all of those. Happy with those. Don't think we need any of these to be honest. That's okay to have, but we've just got magic damage. Everything is magic. So need light armor ones that might help. Guess more regen, I guess. Reduce sprint, that's going to be good for sustain. Combat frenzy is always fun. Because I'm like so low on skill points, I'm trying to like prioritize what do I need. I'm going to keep those 4, because if I've missed something, we can then like fix it. Okay, let's go for that. Where are we with sustain wise? Yeah, so let me check what my glyphs are. What's our armor like? So our armor's not the highest. This is why I wanted to be a Nord. Because you get protective, so that's another 2k there we could get. The other thing I did consider is using the class mastery because it double dips, but we have to use the cleanse. So we're just popping into the Scholarium. I think I've got to buy it. That's so tight, I didn't even buy it. But yeah, we'll use healing, class mastery, and then resolve. Contingency. I like to have those known by this character. You never know when I use them. There you go. So if you just joined, we've been farming setting PvE in Infinite Archive, hence the thumbnail. And we've finally got it. We're just kind of throwing stuff together now for it. So that one, that one, done. So if we utilize this, which was the other version, let's get the cleanse and then the, is that one? Yeah, there's that one. That can go there. And we could then, in theory, pop this here. So this has the class mastery, which is quite a cool one. So for 5 seconds you gain bonus armor and this damage. If you're in sacred ground, which is the cleanse, it's increased by 50%. So I've put this down. Our armor jumps up now to 27k, which is quite a big jump already. If we were a Nord, I'd be at 30,000. So then, as long as we're fighting in here, we are going to be nice and tanky. So we'll have a look. We'll try which one feels better, and also feels more Templar. I will probably use just witch months as a stopgap to see how much sustain do I really need, how much pen do we really need. And we'll do a couple of BGs just to kind of see where it's at, change a few attributes around quickly. The stam recovery I'm not worried about because we have the Essence Thief that will give us a lot of stam sustain, which will really help. So take out some of this. About 3k roughly. And I will refine this, but this is like my initial thoughts, having tested it on PTS and stuff. So if I show you the tooltip for the lance set, it's 10k already. It's like pretty nuts. We put this down. If we do that, it's now 10.8k, and then if we proc that, it's in like 11k, which will hit harder. And then with Essence Thief, it's even harder still. I'm gonna queue for BGs whilst we're waiting. Reload UI, and yeah, we'll see how it is. I will show you as well in a guild house like why I wanted the set. And then as with all my videos and builds, I always like tweak them. So I do a couple BGs to get a gauge for like how it's feeling, what's working, what's not, what do I need to add, more healing, more sustain. Like a lot of the glyphs are not the right glyphs, but it's not worth spending the money to change it because I need to see what the big weakness is or the strengths. So let's grab that. Well, 1900 sustain should be plenty. So yeah, so with the set and the build, what we're essentially doing is when we go into combat, we've got Deep Fissure, which, you know, this hits like a truck anyway. I'll show you. It's about 14k tooltip, but when we actually put on all our buffs, it goes up again to almost 15k, and then if we actually proc the other set, so I do it now, the Essence Thief procs, and we get that. It's now 15k, so that's, you know, that's a decent tooltip. And then what's really cool with this set we use is its damage scales with the other set. So now that's so if I do jabs and then jabs again, you'll see the spear comes down. Here it is. And if I do a skill inside it, so jabs again, it will fire an extra spear at that target. So what ends up happening, it ends up proccing really quickly, really easily. So I'll show you how quick it procs. So as you're doing the jabs, I think it was on cooldown. Yeah, it was on cooldown in a sec. So it's already propped there, and it's fired. So I'll show you the combat metrics, so you can see that's the lance set. If it fired that quickly, we were fighting for 4 seconds and it already went off. So you can literally just jump on somebody and it hits them. It hits really hard. So yeah, I'm hopeful, looking forward to just like seeing how it works. Yeah, so we in a BG, I'll do a BG or two, and then I will tweak it, but the rough build is this. It's going to be Aetheric Lance with Essence Thief. I may swap Essence Thief for Rallying Cry if the minigame's a bit too awkward. And in all honesty, these should be protective. That extra armor, it sounds silly, but that extra 1k armor is going to be quite useful. And I would have like heavy legs, heavy chest. But we've got it mostly there. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. There's a poll up which we're going to change it. But I'm going to put a poll together. What do you think of the build, okay? The option would be like, it seems good, Templar-esque. Want to see more. I like the set idea. Other to comment, okay? So, it's an Oakensoul build, obviously. It is not going to be like meta. But it should be viable. He's got a damage sigil. Missed that. He's got a damage sigil up there. Okay. Oh, he's on a tank. Oh, that lance hit him very hard there. Oh, he's dead. That lance hit him super, super hard. I want one of these. That's my lance again. Love it. Okay. So we've had a couple of cheeky kills. I'm going to just push back. Actually, no, I think we're doing alright there. They've got a healer, that group. I'm going to push down here. So we've had a kill, got an assist. Move up. Yeah. Well, there's that many. I'm going to push down to the side. See if I can pull one of them. Yeah, I got one coming over. He's on a bash build, he is. He's got a person with him chucking out heals. There he is. No. We move way quicker than that dude. Okay. So our little spear will come down in a sec. There it is. Yeah, dead. Shane says I use Aetheric Lance, Rally, 3 Infused, Mark and Trainee, Rosecar, Sunton's Balorg. There's a lot of them up there, so I'm going to just move down to the side. I went to go for the ult to kill him. Got with the cheeky False Pulse. Aetheric Lance is a good set though. They've got some big heals in that group there, they have. Yeah, they're big heals. On Templar, Storm and Assassination, good for 1vx. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I think with a 2-bar this would be really good. I saw that kill. Okay, this is 1v1 at the moment. Got a couple kills, which is good. Especially with jabs. Jabs is quite hard to get kills with normally. Oh, he's just got the sigil he has. Let's see if anybody come down this way. Nope, they're going down this big group. Okay, I'm going to go for the relic. Okay. Ooh, jabs hit's really good. I like jabs is a fun skill. Go the other way, mate. I was focused on trying to get kills and trying to kill the relic guy. That healer is really annoying. Healer makes a big difference on it to a group. Sustain seems alright. And damage seems decent. I will try it with toppling charge too. Oh, freaking... I rolled and freaking bash. He hit me with the... What's it called? Reverberating bash. So when you get hit with it, it's got a really awkward animation to cancel. So I went to roll dodge and it hit me. Damage was decent. I was hitting him hard. Should have just been a bit more aggressive with it, to be fair. Wow. He stole the kill. He stole the kill. That guy. Let's see him pop this way. Because they got their healer with them, it's really hard to get. I stole the kill. I stole the kill with him. Yeah. That might be too hard though. Tried healing him as best I could. Ah, it hit hard. Northern Storm. We've had quite a few kills with it. I will try it with toppling charge next. The set's like really subtle. You don't realise actually how hard it hits, or when it hits. Oh, move out of that. Oh, freaking charm. Ah, the spear hit both of them then. We got loads of assists then. Loads of assists. We'll look at the combat metrics after to see how much that was hitting people for that set. That healer though, 800k healing. So happens sometimes. Oh, I got the kill and then I got hit with the pull. Yeah, you can like definitely hit someone really hard with it if you. I think with a stun it would be really nasty. I will try it with the healing contingency. So, that dropped out. Ah, I'll go. Okay, if we can get that little bubble back. This healer is so annoying. I've no issues with stam sustain. Oh, I tried. That healer has so much healing. Yeah, it's got a million healing. We were hitting him hard as well. There's a bomb on that group. Move away from that there. Yeah, that rush of agony. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm happy with how much that was hitting for. I'll check the combat metrics. I think that's a pretty good start considering there's some good people in there. Russian Squirrel was very good. I believe our police had it on. Sometimes it changes off. No, they should have a combat metrics hopefully come up. Yeah, it hit someone for 5k. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, 7k, 7.6k there in PvP. That's quite a big hit, that is. So I'll try it with Toppling Charge and see. That's a 12k. That was against the dummy. Let's queue again. I didn't mean to use a potion. I'm low on them as well. I'm going to change a few glyphs, I think. We'll first try the different skills. Try Toppling there with Honour the Dead here. Because that pays for itself. That hill is huge. It's a big hill, that is. We'll see how many procs we got. We can look back. There's an 8 there. 3 there. Yeah, so it is proccing a fair bit. I just wonder with the Toppling Charge, would it be easier to proc it? Because we can light attack Toppling Charge, jab. So then by the time you get there, you already got like a stack of Burning Light on them. You only need to get 2 stacks. And then that will give the time for the spear to land, for you to then go pew and get it to fire off. So I feel like that would be landing a lot quicker. And also, Beetles with Toppling Charge is very good because it just locks on, stuns them, and Beetles hit. So yeah, I think that'd be quite decent. I'm happy with the set. His staff glows blue, that's pretty cool. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it, guys, the set? Obviously my CP's all over the place, so just please excuse that. It's not terrible that side, the red's all over the place. But I think wings were quite good. I quite like the wings, they were pretty decent. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. We got a Reward of the Word, which is some transmutes. We do need these desperately. Come on, thank you. And we'll go to a guild house whilst we wait. I think I've got a house. I've got some dummies. I might be able to show there. I'll show you like the reason why I want to use it. I think Null Arcana is a little easier to use, but it's just as RNG. This though is AoE, and that's quite nice because you can get some really good moments with this. So we're just going into the guild house. When I say guild house, it's like my little makeshift one. Do I have any things? I want to purchase stuff. Oh. No. Okay, let's see if I've got a guild house that has things stuck together. We'll go to that. Oh yeah, we'll see if we can get one more BG, but just trying these skills. The Toppling Charge does give us major protection as well, that will help with our mitigation. I like 1v1, I thought the damage is pretty decent. And we was able to survive. So I don't think I can move stuff here, can I? Oh, BG is ready. Okay, I think this will probably be my last match for the night. Depends how long it is. And then we'll go forward from there, okay? Just seeing, is there anybody you reckon? I recognise him. I don't recognise anybody on my team. It's quite a big tool tip, that is. Whilst we're waiting, I'll look at the combat metric quickly. And we'll look at the sustain. So in that one, we were using a little bit more mag sustain than we probably wanted to. But we were okay. Again, we're okay there. A little under there. Okay there. Okay there. So it looks like the 1900 sustain is like a good amount for this build. Yeah, our spell damage is, you know, it's almost 5k, which is not bad for Oakensoul. And then obviously when we actually get into combat, it will go up to 5k, about 5,200 roughly with the set boost. But that's 300, and that gets buffed by the obviously major sorcery we have. Yes, I think I'd keep the sustain on this. Probably change it to try Magica. I'm just thinking that should be damage. I quite like the speed though with the Swift. That was really nice to be able to do that. He's a good healer if I remember. But he always changes sometimes, it's like a dot build. The Warden charm is really annoying, that is. He's sitting in these hills too, so I need to get him out these hills. Where's our people gone? We need to get the relic back. Drain the Proc Johnson. Love the name. He is on the Warden Nightblade Templar combo, which is like very, very strong. When they're on that, you just... Got hit with a big deep fissure, that was. No contingency. Yeah, I think for an Oaken build, it seems okay. I need to use topple a bit more. I was trying it without topple. I'm now going to use topple a bit more. It's not an issue with damage. There we go. Yeah, it's not an issue with damage. Move around to the left. Yeah, I think with the Topland that was quite nice because you can just use that to gap close to them. Oh, he's on a... The Bursil though is good with the Templar. Got greedy. I do miss the cleanser. The cleanses, you notice the heal. I think I might keep the cleanse on it. A lot of assists though. He stole the kill. Hit really hard as well. Literally bursted that guy. The double charge is nice though. All damage to the jaw, take that. Oh, that was 12k, almost had him. That's a big hit. He had the defense sigil on. That's a big hit. The AoE Black Gem got me. It looks like the Athros is using a similar gank spec. I think we had more luck, more survivability with the I think we had more luck using the other thing there. I won't go for the ult. Bit delayed there, there's a bit of lag there. Oh, with the cleansed. Quite like the cleanse. So you can pull to the side. Someone got the hill. Oh, that was very, very close. 10k burst though. That was a big in-cap. Got to hit a bit in-cap contingency. Contingency is really good for burst. Ah, I got him. Grab that. The Essence Thief stand sustain is awesome. So much healing. I heard that dude there. I'm gonna push up to the side. Get a heal myself finally. Relic Win, Empire Band, disgusting. I went to go for the kill. I got greedy. Huge material burst. I got him with this lance. Yeah, we'll move around because I have no mag. Yeah, I had kind of no mag left. 17 assists though. That Warden charm got me. Freaking Warden charm. The contingency of the Warden is so good. Because you can put on class master and it's like a stun, it's a heal, it's a sustained, or it's just... Oh, get some... Yeah. I'd move away from there. That is like death if I say in that group. He's gonna run off. See if we can get the relic. Nope, they're all dead. Going down there is like death. Getting an extra like relic would give us a bit of a buffer. Oh, almost. Felt like I was hit with just silver as an overload. That was a big gank. Someone tried to gank us. Managed to survive the initial hit, which is pretty decent. Like, poor guy got zerged down. Yeah, the Deep Fisher combo is really nice. I like that. Okay. They got me the curse. Curse got me. Push to the side. Kill myself a little bit. That was a nice hit there. Is it just fine up? It literally. You just run around. That's a waste of time, that is. That was a good example of where it hit everybody. The focus AP hit back. Did you see the Aetheric was just like had 15 kills though. Loads of kills. First same. Have one of these. Bang. Oh, I love it, love it, love it when you hit those. Very, very satisfied. You're the same. Yeah, I'm good. I'm playing a bit of Oakensoul Templar. It's pretty fun. No. Stop trying to gank me. Freaking annoying. So yeah, Oakensoul Templar with a bit of Warden chucked in. Nope. You're not using the overload gank. It's disgusting. That was a good hit on him though, give him that. I got greedy, I got so close. He literally like I got those 8k arterial burst, nasty. Did 1.4 million damage. He did a lot of freaking damage to people. Well, 1.5 almost actually. He had almost 2 million. He was on a bash build, he was. And tanky players in that group though. I like the set. The set's cool. But when it hits really freaking hard. So even on non-crit, it's almost 4k, which is like pretty horrible. And then yeah, when it crits, it's 6k. Like this, and there's some, 3.6, 5.5k, and this is no BGs, but no CP BGs. So yeah, when it is hitting, it is doing some decent stuff. That's when it hit a bit ad, I think it was. It's Aetheric Lance. It's a Templar set. It's very, very good. So when you do damage with burning light twice, burning light tick point every 0.5 seconds. So basically within like a second, you can basically get this up. So you say a second and a half on average from the initial attack. which is basically one jab rotation, light attack jab rotation. This then procs, and the spear comes down about half a second after. And then if you do any damage with Aetheric spear ability, it throws javelins at everybody. It gives you bonus damage, which is great. But the javelins throw at anybody you hit with the skill. So if the spear comes down and you do crescent sweep, you hit, say, 4 people, that spear goes at 4 people. So it hits 4 people for that value. And that's where it becomes really strong, because it's an AoE silvers. So think of Null Arcana, which is a very good PvP set. It basically works as an AoE version of that. Hate when the add-ons break. It's very, very sad. We'll try and get one more BG if we can. I'm just going to put a link to my Discord for people curious. If you are interested in chatting and stuff or need help with builds, Discord's always the quickest way to get hold of me. There's a link there, it's free. You can join if you want. We'll do our stable. A 2-bar I think will be fantastic. Obviously with a 1-bar we have the limitations of the 1-bar, and we have to be understanding of that. But against like decent players, we're still like, we're staying alive, we're not dying instantly. We are doing good damage. And so it's kind of, it's good. Is it like super OP? It's an Oakensoul build. They're not as strong as a 2-bar, but it's going toe to toe with a lot of players. So I'm happy with that. Just gonna get some potions. I'm always low on these. 53k, I'll take those, thank you. But yeah, 2-bar, I think it could be very good. I'm going to make some refinements to it. Because there's like a few things I'd like to tweak a little bit. We need jabs. We're trying to, when I make my Oakensoul builds, I want them to feel like the base class. That's kind of the aim of it. And you need jabs to kind of give you that feeling. Otherwise, you might as well just not run. I could literally just keep restoring light on and chuck on assassination and animal companions, and we're good to go. It's not a Templar at that point. It doesn't feel like a Templar. So I'm deliberately trying to keep it feeling Templar-esque. So we've got obviously the jabs, which I think is the Templar feeling. The crescent sweep is the Templar feel. The cleanse, the toppling charge was great, but the cleanse is very good. The cleanse is very good. I do think we need the deep fissure. Oh, why does it reset? That's so annoying when that happens. I do think we need the deep fissure. And let's get a spell damage glyph, because we've got a random like triglyph at the bottom. A magical harm glyph. Get one of those, thank you very much. It comes through. So I think it's in a pretty good spot. Fell Path asks, is Talk good in PvE? Talk of the Last Aelid King is what I assume you're referring to. It's not great in PvE. It's not like terrible. It's just, it's like, it's kind of like it's you want to throw a build together quickly. That's what it serves its job as. Is it like the most meta thing? No. Is it going to be the best DPS? No. But is it going to be viable? Yes. So it depends on how you're defining good. I think with a good talk, like with using talking, you've got a good rotation, you could probably push 70, 80k DPS quite easily, which historically, that's really high DPS. It's enough to clear all content. The fact that you can like get that 100k plus DPS with a heavy attack build, talk will be fine. It would just be, you'll give up a lot of other things, especially the crit chance. That's the big thing, because you have so low crit chance. But it's it's not terrible. It's jeans. Why's he got Runa Spawner on? That looks like weird. The other thing as well with it, same as I'll show you, I can't show it in the guild house, but you can like, take my word for it, is the set we're using, it also works as an AoE. So there's like a time where we were fighting with people on our flag and the spear came down and I used my sweep and I hit like 4 people and it hit 4 people. And it hits very hard. This is how quick it procs, by the way. So say we see somebody, we'd light attack topple, go on jab 2, and then it's ready to come down. We go for another attack. Sometimes it's a little bit slow. And I think that's just because of burning light being a bit slow. You get down and you go for bang, you get the 2 of those hit at once. So you normally do it takes about 4 or 5 seconds to get going. And it hit for 15k non-crit. Yes, it's a dummy, but it hits very hard. So it is decent. And then once you're on it just gives you that bonus oomph when you're trying to attack somebody. So like the trade-off between this and silvers is this hits harder than silvers. This is an AoE. Silvers is not. You know, it's 12.3k. It's pretty nasty. The other thing that this has going for it is that it's actually quite easy to use in like big fights. Because with silvers, when you're hitting lots of different people, you can end up hitting the wrong person with silvers. But whereas this, because it's AoE, it doesn't matter if you hit the wrong person. As long as that spear comes down and you jab, you can hit everybody. The obviously other side is that if you use silvers, it's better single target. So this is more like, in my experience, and from testing on PTS, this is better for general use. If you're going to go in Cyrodiil, you're going to be fighting, you know, on towers and around keeps and stuff. And you might be hitting 3 or 4 people sometimes, which is quite often, especially in Cyrodiil. This is going to be better. If you're going to try to 1vx, silvers is probably better, in my opinion. It is an absolute ball ache to farm, though. I'm not going to lie. It is. It's from the Infinite Archive. So yeah, it does. And what we're doing with the build here, we're using Essence Thief, because this basically acts as our Power of the Light. If you kind of view this as Power of the Light, we don't have access to that bar space, we just don't have enough skills. So if you treat this as Power of the Light, it's a big delayed burst hit, which is fantastic, which is what Templar feels like. And then the Essence Thief gives us healing, it gives us sustain, and it gives us damage. So it does 3 jobs. It's super, super good for this kind of playstyle. And even if we didn't use toppling charge, we can walk up to people and pick up quite easily. And you see it comes down pretty consistent. As soon as you're in fighting, it is proccing pretty fast. So, you know, it's decent enough. So when I do the build video, I'll probably I will stick to this set because I think this is more useful overall. And then for the other set, it'll be like if you want to do solo, use silvers. It's basically the same thing. It's a trial though, and you might not have access to this. This is free, like it's base game. Everyone can get this. Sorry, I was just having a drink. Yeah, we're waiting for one more BG if we can get in. We might not, it's quite late. So what about Cyrodiil? Yeah, we can try Cyrodiil. Be good to like give it a go in different places. My mount on this character is very, very bad. I will need to do my CP as well quickly. Champion. Do a deadly aim. Yeah, not single touch. We need to change all this. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm going to be shooting off very soon anyway. You know, it's late in the UK. It's 11:30. Grab this. It would be good, like, if there's just an easy way to do this on controller. Direct damage, plus all of our damage. We don't want like rough or strikes or AoE. Bite and aura, this buffs everything because we've got all our skills at AoE, which is great. I'm gonna go with, let's go with healing. Don't know why that's doing that there, but okay, apparently that is a thing. I think it wants us to have that one. We're going to go for these two, ironically, actually. I want some celerity. I'm probably going to go for Pain's Refuge. So I think that's kind of the CP I'll probably settle on. So that's the CP I'll go with, okay? What does that put our... Yeah, that's like 12k spammable. That's 15.5k. That's pretty nuts, that is. It's huge. 10k, 16k thing. That's 10.2k unbuffed. We're going to BGs. And bear in mind that all of those numbers are without Essence Thief. So obviously when Essence Thief is on, there's another 10%. It's going to be pretty high, those numbers. This will be my last match for the night, guys. We've been able to get this set, which is awesome. Throw the build together. I'm going to do some refining after this stream over the next couple of days, and aim to get this out next week. As a, like, if you want to use Oakensoul or a Templar that feels like a Templar, this is what you can go with. We're going to try it with Toppling Charge and Honor the Dead rather than the other one, Contingency. But I might use Contingency because it was more defense. Oh, he's a C7 on. I wonder why it's so freaking tanky. Yeah, when someone has C7, rock. Someone got me with the cheeky Mage's Wrath. Tried getting up, couldn't see Z-Break. Couldn't see Z-Break. Those people are very squishy. There you go. Cap this quickly. Oh, that's playing the objective. I mean, there's fighting over there. I really want to help. They killed him. Okay, we helped do the objective. He just melted, didn't he? Fucking hell. So lower resource. They got me with a big leap and then there's a snipe. Oh, I love the damage sigil. Jab. That was a very quick one. Lots of jabs. Well, I'll see if I can get in one quick, because that was very, very fast. Got us some transmutes though, because we need those. Let's enchant that. And where's our transmutes? There it is. Go. Yeah, no, I'm happy with the set. The set's decent. Yeah, again, 5k non-crit. That's pretty good. But no, I think I will wrap it up here because it is late and I want to do a bit more testing. So yeah, I'm going to just say a huge thanks to obviously everybody that's watched and support. If you like the videos, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really helps out the channel. And I just want to say a massive thanks to Anne-Marie as well, who also became a donor. It really helps out the channel. If you want to support the channel, get access to the videos and builds early, exclusive guides and stuff, there's details down below. But as always, I want to say thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next video or stream. Take care. And bye.